Welcome to Tansson TV Plus, of course. I'm Brandon,
And I'm Mom.
and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for joining us again today.
Yes, we always love doing this, and Mom, we're changing this up for our final, first episode Friday of the year.
We sure are. Since it's after the holidays, we're actually going to talk about family ties.
Yes, and so this series began in 1982 and ran through 1989. This is the pilot episode.
Yes, it is. And this is our first episode Friday. All right. And so, just to give some general information about the show, Family Ties is a show about a 5-member family at the time of its premiere. We have a married couple, Stephen and Elise Keaton, with 3 kids. We have Alex, who's the oldest. We have Mallory, both of them are teenagers. And then we have their youngest, Jennifer, who is 9. And on the premiere episode, the premiere episode kind of discusses Alex or talks about Alex, and he actually has a new girlfriend, and his girlfriend is part of the popular crowd per se. And so it's just Alex as he meets a new young woman.
Well, Mom, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Yes, and I will say that both of us have seen Family Ties.
Yes, and I will let the audience know I did choose this one. But yes, both of us have seen Family Ties. We've seen every episode.
Yeah, and for me, even though I've seen, probably every episode, there are some that I've just seen probably just barely, whereas others I've seen quite a bit.
Yes, I know. We went through a Family Ties phase, and so we have seen quite a bit, and some of them pretty recently.
Yes, and yeah, but I'm very excited to speak about this. I have never seen this pilot episode.
Yeah, I do remember I did remember the pilot episode as I was watching it, and today I kind of wanted to focus my attention on things that we kind of learned from the pilot episode. And I already talked a little bit about Stephen and Elise Keaton, but what I didn't mention is that both of them reflect a lot on their youth, and that's one of the pivotal things about this particular TV show, that they both concentrate on the fact that they were kind of raised in the 60s, and their belief system really comes about some of the things that they fought for in the 60s. That goes along with how they parented their children. However, their son Alex, who we kind of talk about a little bit, where this actually starts in this particular episode, we learn that he is one who doesn't necessarily believe everything that his parents believe, and so he kind of has his own mind of his own. He wants to dress a certain way. He kind of goes a little bit against the belief system of his parents. And I think that's where, and that's basically the basis of the show itself. It really is a show about 2 parents raising their 3 kids, and they just happen to have a son who's a little different, who has different belief system. Their daughter, well, we're not given a lot of information about the middle daughter, about Mallory per se at the beginning. We just know that she's completely different from Alex. And then Jennifer, she has her little mind of her own, and she likes to make sure that her voice is heard. And so I just want to concentrate really just on the first episode and not go too far into what happens with other episodes, because we want everyone to kind of, watch the show and see what their thoughts are. Like I said, Stephen and Elise are very nostalgic about their beliefs in their 60s, and they do express this to their children on a regular basis. The parents really go against any type of inequality at all. We find out that Jennifer does have a best friend, and her name is Chrissy. I mention that now because Chrissy's name is mentioned throughout the series. And we know that Mallory is one of the popular people in school. And so for the first episode, these are some of the things that we learned. The episode itself the first episode centers around Alex, as I mentioned, meeting a new girl. But this girl kind of goes to a club that the parents are not... that the parents don't agree with. And so we see Stephen as he tries to figure out how to help Alex understand that this is not the type of club that he should be involved with this particular girl.
Yeah, and it really is so interesting. I mean, diving into this, seeing their family dynamics all at play here.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I thought, the actors that played them did a great job of portraying these characters. Yep, they did a great job portraying the characters.
Yeah, and I think something that we're able to see here is just how loving the parents are, especially the dad, Stephen Keaton, is to their family.
Yes, they do. They do a great job of showing that.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting, like I said, diving into it. And so even though, like I said, I've seen a majority of the series, I've probably seen the least of season one. And so it's really interesting diving into it and seeing sort of how the show's structured in the sense that there's a lot more emphasis on the parents as opposed to the whole family.
Yeah, they do want to focus the parents, and to me, it seems like they focus on the parents, and then but kind of the influence that they are having with their kids, and but the kids are all given their own episodes during the first season, so their personalities do come out.
But yeah, and I think as someone that's seen, of course, the whole series, I think what's so always interesting going back to season one is how different Stephen Keaton looks.
Yes, without the beard and the mustache, he does look very, very different.
But yeah, and so it's definitely less than interesting. But I will say that yeah, as we've gone through these, we've hit so many of some of my favorite shows. But I would say that Steven and at least Keaton are probably my favorite, like pair of parents for a TV sitcom.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that also.
Yeah, not even to mention that their actors share the same birthday.
Yeah, I just read that online, which is interesting. They are the exact same age. They have this, and they have the same birthday.
But yeah, and so it's always nice, like I said, being able to, to see them together. And I kind of like the pairing that they have here. And we do learn a little bit about Elise and that she's an architect.
Yes, Elise is an architect, and we do know that Stephen works for PBS.
But yeah, and so it's interesting seeing a little bit as their work. And I feel like the show is very, this first episode, this pilot, was a little intentional in showing that Elise's work in this. And so, like, throughout the whole episode, we see her working on stuff such as making this house her family that apparently does not want to be near each other.
Yeah, yes.
But yeah, and so, Mom, is there anything else that you want to share? And actually, let's speak about the theme song.
I absolutely love the theme song. Absolutely love it. I sang along as we watched it, as we watched it together the other day. And so, yes, this is like one of my favorite theme songs. I do hate that they shortened it as it went to syndication. So it was nice to see this particular episode because it was longer and we did not watch it on syndication. We watched it on a different channel. And or I should say, we did not watch the syndicated version of this. And so it was nice to hear the whole song.
Yeah, I really love the beauty of the song, especially the different rendition, for the first part of season one. I mean, I like both versions, of course, but I think it's just so nice. And you actually have a TV theme song music book.
I do. And one of the things I did like about the theme song was I thought they did a great job incorporating pictures and trying to recreate Stephen and Lisa's parents with these young children. And so, of course, these aren't the real children, but it was nice to see what they tried to recreate with the vision of the show.
But yeah, I definitely really love that and like the true family feel to it. And I like that even though most of the sitcoms, especially the ones that we speak about, have a family feel, I feel like this one, just feels a little bit more different. Like this family feels tighter than, and just I feel like more put together than a lot of the sitcoms that we have spoken about.
Yeah, because they do a good job doing that. Alex ends up being a brother that will kind of defend his family through and through, and so that's something that comes out much later in the seasons.
But yeah, like I said, I definitely really enjoy this. Like I said, this series and Mom, would you watch this show again?
Oh yes, I still watch it. So yes, I will watch it again.
Yes, and I absolutely will as well. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I just really enjoyed the show. I'm so glad that we finally had a chance to speak about it. And I'm surprised it took this long for us to speak about it.
I know. It took us a long time to do so. And we've got some favorite episodes that we might be able to kind of put in here and there. And so, yes, I'm so glad we were finally able to get around to this. And we look forward to, of course, next year being able to tackle some more series that are things that we watch that are lighthearted that we just find really enjoyable.
Yeah, we're very excited to do that within 2025. And just as you were saying, Family Ties has so many of probably my favorite TV episodes of all times. And so I'm so excited, like I said, to dive into this show more alongside some other amazing shows we have yet to speak about.
Yep, same here, Brandon. Everyone just needs to let us know I mean, if you watch Family Ties, put your favorite episode down in the comments so we can see what they are.
Yeah, and if there's any shows that you want us to tackle for our first episode Fridays for 2025, let us know. I mean, we only have a few days left.
Yes, yes. If you have a theme you want us to tackle for the month, we already picked our theme for January, which you guys will find out very soon. But if you have some future themes for us, let us know.
Well, Mom, I always love doing this with you.
Yep, I love doing it with you also, Brandon. Thank you for watching, everybody.
And we'll see you next time.
All right, bye bye.